Me
Let's
eating
actually
an
do an
apple
intro
and
this
you
time.
not being able to find your camera.
Imani, do the intro.
Oh, hey guys, welcome to the Aceline podcast. I'm Imani.
I'm Jalen.
Jalen can't find his camera. I'm eating an apple. It's crazy. How are you guys doing?
What is this? An
Oh
episode of
wow,
Dora?
yeah, that's really cool. That sucks. I'm so sorry your grandpa died, bro.
Is this an
That's tough.
episode of Dora or something?
Yeah, this is the choose your own adventure episode. What's that? You're on trial for tax evasion. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I don't think our viewers are having a good week, Jalen.
What's that? You lost custody of your child.
Ah, fuck. Hey man, that really sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Been
Oh,
there.
what's that? Is because your child walked in on you having sex with your mistress. Oh,
Damn, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That might be a good decision by the courts.
Been there.
Been there.
Been there, bro. Damn, yeah. Crazy how that happened
So
sometimes.
as a child or as the adult in this situation? Wait, which one? Which character can you relate to? A little.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That did clarify.
Bam. We're
Whoa!
here.
That's the brightest red shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Also, it's
You know
hot.
what?
Holy crap. I'm about to take my shirt off, apparently.
Whoa!
Damn.
Whoa! This is a PG fucking.
Oh, sorry,
Jesus,
guys.
Jalen.
Sorry.
You
Woo,
just showed both of your nipples on camera. That was fucking crazy. Whoa!
Yeah.
And
All
so
right,
you know what?
guys.
Women can't
Welcome
do
to the
that, and that's
Aceline
the real
podcast.
problem.
I'm Jalen.
I mean, Monty, I already did that. What?
And I have
Now
to
you gotta
pee.
do. That's crazy. He does this all the time. You know he's watching porn before this? Well, I'm just sitting here like a chump, eating this apple. Right in front of my this is salad. This is basically the equivalent of him fucking in front of my salad. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, at least we're both eating something green, you know what I'm saying? I'm not good at this alone. Cyrus will make it funny. Oh, what's that? You lost your job. It's a bad week for you guys. It's a shame. Shame. I can relate though, you know, I like stuck to my schedule really well this week, and I did some really cool stuff at work that was really impactful to the community, and I kept up with like my workout routine and schedule, and you know, I dance sometimes, so that was really great. And room to myself. Was also a little tired, so you know, I I feel it. You know,
All right.
I'm the same experience as you guys. Oh hey,
Oh, hey.
I realize I'm
What's
not very
going on?
well.
For the third time. Uh,
What's
wait.
going on, guys? This is Slim.
I'm doing it.
Um,
Yeah, get it more personal, you know? Get me like, all right.
You've never been centered on the screen. This is
Never.
the most centered you've ever been.
Never. Imani? Oh, also,
So
I can hear myself.
I can't help you. Like I know I can, but I can't. I don't know what to. I just keep moving it from one side to the other, and I don't think it
It's
helps.
okay. I like the sound of my voice.
Wait, can you still hear yourself?
No.
Okay, well, I fixed it. Tell me if you can again.
All right. Imani, before we start, I have an announcement to make.
I feel like you've already started, but okay.
Imani, I'm sorry to say this, but everything is woke.
Don't do this.
Everything's woke nowadays, Imani.
You
Like,
can't do this after putting every female lead Marvel movie And
Every,
you're like D tier.
everything's woke now.
Give me an example. What is woke?
So so
Oh, two so's. Okay.
yeah.
Mm, good.
So let me hit you with a third one too. So let me tell you about this game. It's called Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
It is a samurai game. Came out in 2019, 18, something like that. Maybe even in the 20s. Actually, I don't know. But anyways, um, yeah, it was a great samurai game, and so the sequel just got announced. And instead of a Japanese man, this time 400 years later, it's a Japanese woman. Yeah, I
No.
know, I know,
Really?
I
Are you
know,
are you serious?
I know, and even more so, the woman fights Imani. Where it's
Are you
woke, Imani.
serious?
I'm telling you, they're woke. They're woke. Like they don't
Fuck.
like
Fuck. Shit.
what the like. I want to play as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Of course, naturally, you know? It's a superior gender.
exactly. I just don't understand. Like I just feel like there's so much more potential in a
Right.
man. Like I just can't believe it. No, but really, like they've been complaining, Imani, so much. I saw the trailer for it and I was like, that looks cool. And that was the end of that for me. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll buy it. That comes out next year. I'll buy it. End of story.
You went to
Apparent
Twitter, they were like, I can't
I
believe.
can't believe no, there's this one streamer that was like, there wasn't even any female warriors back then. I'm like, you're a dumbass.
Women couldn't fight back then. It was literally impossible with their bones. Like, I don't get what
I
you mean.
don't like women can't even fight now. I don't understand. Like
A woman has never beaten me up, therefore, forego, therefore, unless.
I
Basically,
actually lived in the 1600s of Japan, and so I can tell you that there
for
were
a
no
fucking
female
fact
warriors at all.
at all.
No woman even picked up a knife unless she was cutting chicken for her family. That is the only time.
Guys, I'm a time traveler and I actually went back to that time, specifically to that date. I know I'm a white man, but hear me out. It was fine.
Hear
No
me
one
out,
really
girl.
thought anything. And I saw every woman. I met every woman in that year. None of them could beat me up. And so therefore I just don't think it's possible.
So
That's really funny.
so
That sounds
that's
interesting.
what's happening lately, Monty. And also there's a new game coming out called Assassin's Creed. Well, it's not a new game, but you've
Yeah,
heard of
okay.
Assassin's
Assassin's Creed's
Creed.
old as dirt. What?
But this new one is gonna feature this is the first time Assassin's Creed is set in Japan, and people are pissed because the main characters are a black person and a female assassin. Now, guys, all right,
That is really I'm sorry, can I just say that is really it it's not
hang
it's
on,
not
hang on,
okay.
hang on.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
let me say, I have done my research. Years ago, I was big into Yasuke. Okay, Yasuke, the first and only black samurai. He worked under Oda Nobunaga during the Sengoku period of Japan. I read all about it. Actually, Chadwick Boseman was gonna play him in a movie.
Oh,
Um,
shit.
it was great. It's a whack ass anime. Don't watch it. But it
Damn.
was great, and I was like, man, like this would be a great show or movie or something. Like this would be great. And so
It would be
I don't like Ubisoft as a company because they've been making the same game for years.
yeah.
So I wasn't gonna support Assassin's Creed anyways. Also, one of their executives said that players need to get used to not owning their games. And so I'm not going to buy their games anymore. I know, what a crazy thing to say if you want to
Okay,
sell games.
Netflix. You shouldn't be sharing passwords anymore.
No,
So
we want your
fucking
money.
weird.
We want your money. But
That's
yeah,
fucking nuts.
so that's what's happening lately. So people are
In the
pissed.
gaming world,
Eh,
I'm not well versed, so this is
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm your one stop shop for gaming news because that's
Yeah, I needed this update.
literally all I
You gotta let
consume.
me give you like like K-pop up. I'm like,
Yeah,
what else do I know about? I know about other things, I promise.
yeah.
I'm
But
interesting.
she is, guys. She is.
But can I say, I gotta say, it's not their fault, but it is really. It's just it's the unfortunate fact of like what is required for diversity and like proper representation is this like this. It's just such a stark contrast of like, yeah, white guy, he's an assassin, I guess, whatever. I've seen like a little bit of Assassin's Creed to like Asian woman and black man, like as labels. That's like what. It's just such a it's, like, not really that much of a leap, but I'm sure they're like, "Okay, you're, like, trying to add diversity," and it's like, "Yes, they are," which is
They
fine.
are. They
Like,
are.
it's
But like,
literally
it's also
that is
like,
exactly what they're trying to do.
it's also like. So I see people complain about it, and I don't really care because I'm not gonna buy the game. I just saw it and I was like, oh my god, Yasuke is gonna be in a. He's actually gonna be represented in a game now. Like that's cool. Unfortunately, it's Assassin's Creed made by a terrible company, but
No,
still,
fuck that.
like I'm not gonna support it at all. But hey, like I'm glad, and now maybe other studios or whatever can make like a Yasuke show, Yasuke movie.
Yeah.
Shogun. I don't know if you heard of that, but that was a samurai, or that was a
I was That's why I was saying, like, that Black Samurai shit would eat the fuck up right now, bro.
yes.
Everyone's, like, really obsessed with this shit. I've never watched
Like
Shogun. I don't know if it'd be my
Shogun
type,
came out
but
earlier this year. It was so good. I think that they should first they should adapt the other books, and um they should definitely make a Yasuke show. I think that'd be really good. But Imani, let me tell you this: when the Assassin's Creed trailer got announced, I can't stress this enough. Suddenly, everyone was a Yasuke expert. Suddenly, everyone was a Yasuke expert because I see all these white people on like Facebook and TikTok or whatever else just saying, actually, Yasuke wasn't even a samurai. He was actually a retainer. And he didn't even. And some people were like, no, actually, he like Open Nobunaga didn't even like him like that. Like he just kept him as a slave. Wrong. Also, they were like, oh yeah, he was just a retainer. Imani, go ahead and actually no, Cyrus, go ahead and Google retainer, Japanese retainer for me. Tell me what a retainer is.
put that on the
A
screen there.
samurai. A samurai. It's a damn samurai, Imani. And they were like, he wasn't a samurai, he was a retainer. That's a samurai. Or at
Crazy.
least it's like the same position. It's held as the same position as samurai. Like
Just say you don't want a black samurai and
just
go.
just say
You
you're
don't have to
racist.
like put the man down. Historically, be like, actually, he wasn't shit. And I'm like, we don't need to besmudge this real person
Yeah,
to be like, you're upset.
it's literally a Japanese folktale, Imani. Like whether it's real or
Relax.
not, like whatever truth is, like it doesn't matter. Like it's a Japanese folktale. It happened to some extent. We'll never know if he was or wasn't a samurai, but it's
That
still
reminds me.
cool. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like
No,
it's still cool to like have that. Oh wow, like a black man in Japan. Like that's cool.
and it doesn't hurt anybody. Like, I think that's the biggest thing because I'm like, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to insert yourself into a narrative that was already existing. It's like, bitch, this was never about you. But I'm like, it's an interesting tale. It's a folk tale for a reason. You know what I mean? But it reminds me of like, have you heard of the movie The Woman King?
Yeah,
Did you ever see it?
I did. I thought it was a great
Uh,
movie, but
right?
but
Whoa,
historically
Jalen
it's
likes
terrible.
women.
Hey,
Whoa, what did you
sorry
say? What
guys.
did you say? Wait, what did you say?
Historically it's terrible
No,
because
historically.
I forget the king that John Boyega played. Like uh
Well, he
in
sucked in real life. I'm
in real
sorry.
life when he died, they offered like 500 the death of like 500 slaves to honor him. Like yeah, he wasn't. And there was like, and Imani, now
Crazy.
listen, Imani, I can agree of some wokeness in some capacities because Hollywood's like, yeah, and the king, like he said, no more slaves, man. And I'm like, okay, bro, calm down. That is not what
He
happened. Come
right.
on
I,
now.
and again, I think that's what I'm saying. As I reference it, it's a very delicate balance where it's like, because like because like you said, the folktale I feel like is a good way to look at it because there's actual real history and there's the commitment people do to like getting that like those details exactly correct and like explaining that story to the best of your ability. There's like that sort of historical fiction, and then there's like there was this cool fucking story that people told that like has lived on and obviously has been reinterpreted and is like not very accurate to like exactly what happened, but like is a cool story that is powerful and has a lot of good to say and like it doesn't really hurt anybody that much, you know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like the Woman King was. People were coming for it a lot of being like, this isn't exactly people were like trying to like I was saying people were trying to like were like boycotting seeing the movie, which look, it's a little extreme. I feel like the harm it could do of people being like, oh, thinking this is exactly what happened and it not being true like that sucks, you know, we want you to acknowledge what actually happened because that was important, but like there's like enough truth to like how they did it in the movie that I'm like I don't feel like I'm being like lied to completely. Like I feel like I understand that like it probably wasn't this like picturesque and movie beautiful and shit like that. Like I'm not dumb, I get that,
Yeah,
you know.
I think that the Woman King hit for me kind of like how Black Panther hit for me. Like you just watch that
Ooh.
movie, and you see like the black people dance like and you're like I'm black dog, hell yeah! Like I
No,
just
really.
I just love that kind of stuff. But like the problem is like I think it's to a certain extent I think it's okay to deviate from actual history, but the problem is that no one does their research. So like they'll make a movie and they'll be like, man, I can't believe King Gaza or whatever his name was. I can't believe he like freed all those slaves. Like that's so crazy. And it's like, no, that's not what happened. But you should do your own research. But it was still a good movie, And I love to see a black man
Definitely.
get paid. All right. Quoting J. Cole. J. Cole. I love to see a black man get paid. I do. I do.
I love to see a black woman get paid, frankly.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying though. It goes both ways. And so
Yeah.
and so I just think that well, here's the thing though, because there's stuff like the Woman King that I'm like, okay, but then there's stuff like, have you ever seen? Had you ever heard of that Cleopatra um documentary
Oh,
that docu series that came out earlier this year that people
I like
flamed Imani? Maybe it wasn't even earlier this year. Maybe it was last year, but people flamed it, Imani,
I
because
actually I heard of it, but I haven't seen it. I heard of
historian
it.
basically is basically Cleopatra basically it was like part of this like new thing they wanted to do where they wanted to promote black women in history.
Oh, I
Now
see.
there's one problem with this. Cleopatra was not black. And that's one of the first things they actually say, one of the historians. There's like, now I remember my grandmother told me, you know, don't listen, don't listen to what they teach you in school. Cleopatra was black. And I only and my only thought is, well, your grandmother was stupid. Like, that's just not true. Like, did she
That's
like the thing is though, because they're hyping on the fact that we don't know Cleopatra's mother's heritage. And so for that reason, she must have been black.
okay, here I'll do one better. We're confining historical like figures who were not bound by today's American definitions of race into the future being like, yeah, Cleopatra's black. And I'm like, I feel like like that there's so many leaps of like identity and ethnicity that happen between Cleopatra's life and right now in America specifically. I don't even like how are we defining black in this situation? I'm really
I
confused.
mean, and the whole thing is weird, Imani. It's like this women empowering thing where they're like, yeah, Cleopatra, she never bowed down to any man, which isn't true. She bowed down to two men, two different times. Anyways,
Damn.
and they're like, yeah, no, she was just so powerful. She never lost a war or a battle or anything. And I'm like, I literally watched a historian break that stuff down. He's just like, that's again not true. I don't know what they're talking about. And Imani, I want black stories to be told. I do. I just don't want people who lie. How about just telling real stories? How about telling the story of Yasuke? How about telling the story of, black inventions, like the black person that invented
Speaking of,
you
I don't know
know,
what that guy's name is.
air
Carter guy.
conditioning or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are things that black people did. Why are we trying to
And because
take?
it's boring as fuck. I don't wanna hit I don't give a fuck. Hey, air conditioning? Okay.
I know, but I'm saying like there's like, but I'm saying stuff like Yasuke though. Like that's a Japanese folktale. It's told. It's got some truth to it that he was black. I mean, there's even a story in there where it talks about how when like the Japanese had never seen a black person, so they tried to wash his skin because they thought he was mimicking the Buddha. And when they realized that was
Is
his
the
skin,
Buddha black? Because we
yeah,
need to talk about that too.
yeah, the Buddha's
Buddha
black.
Buddha
Damn,
black?
Buddha's black whole time.
See, we should write about that.
We
Where's
literally
the movie
rule.
about
Oh
that?
God, we literally rule Japan. Like oh my God.
Whoa.
I'm just
All the
saying.
hey, which is crazy because the way they be treating us there today, I'm like, y'all need to remember that the Buddha look like me.
That's so crazy
Y'all need
though. It's so crazy though because Imani, I genuinely looked through
That feels
history.
disrespectful. Sorry. That felt so mean to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, what are you saying?
I genuinely looked through history and I was like, why do Asians hate black people so much? And I couldn't find anything, not a single thing. Like, there's no war, there's no, oh yeah, the Africans like murdered an entire village or something and they never forgive, like nothing like that. They just hate us, Imani. We're just hated everywhere.
Can
It's
I
just,
say okay, well, we should get back on track, but I will say, sorry, the sociology in me is like, we have talked about this. Because it's to me, and I know this isn't I don't know everything. I'm not the most well versed on like, you know, the whole Asian diaspora. But like one thing, a lot of it from what I've like heard from specific stories from specific people is like more colorism than racism. You know what I mean? Like, and I that like colorism in like Asia, which again, maybe not all parts of Asia, especially maybe not Southeast Asia, but like, you know, especially in like Japan and China, like the colorism has been a semi like classist like sign of classism for sure. And a lot of it goes back to like, you know, the more wealthy people were able to stay inside and away from the sun and had their umbrellas where they kept their skin like nice and white. And the workers and the farmers who like were poor and had to be out in the sun were darker. And like, oh my God, colorism and I mean, at least East Asia, huge. You know what I mean? But like, I think because it's a different type of racism in certain parts of Asia than it is in like the U.S. It's less like I don't I feel like it may be somewhat Euro threat, but I feel like some of that Euro threat is picked up because of Western media. I think it's more of a symbol of like foreigner of like who are you and like classism. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I've never been to Asia.
I don't know. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that for when we're off stream because I don't want to give off our location like that.
Whoa, wait. Can Cyrus just bleep
Yeah,
it? Because I
Cyrus could just cut
want
it out.
to know.
I was gonna say that CPCC is offering a study abroad trip to Japan. I was thinking, and
Shit.
I was thinking about going.
You should. You really,
I was
really
thinking, about,
should.
but there's a $100 fee, Imani, like just to apply. I'm like, so I don't even know if I'm gonna go.
That's crazy. Just to fucking apply. You think I got $100?
I'm like, what you think I got? I ain't got money like that. $100. You better for sure tell me that I'm going if I'm paying. Like, why is it not? Why is the application fee not $25? You
And
know,
was it like refunded at
$15.
all? Or is it not refunded?
I mean, I didn't look into it past that, but I was just like, that's crazy.
That's a
Anyways,
lot.
cutting that entire section out. So yeah, everything's woke, Imani, and I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah, yeah. I am definitely me, a queer person. Super upset about that.
It's just like
Sad, sad.
it's just we live in this day and age where
We live in a society.
we really do. Like it's just we live in this day and age where if a black person is on a show and the show started with all white people, they'd be like, it's woke. It's woke. If a woman is a main character, it's woke. It's woke. If a gay person is on there, oh God, oh hell is let loose. Oh my God, we're sinners, all of us.
Oh my God. And it's crazy. Like, It's one of like, and I'll, you know what? To get real for a second, I will talk about my own experiences handling my own biases because my mom humbled me a few years ago when Crazy Rich Asians came out. Because I
Huh?
remember she talked about seeing the movie and she was like, "Oh, it's great. I really love it. You should definitely watch it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like a couple of people had kind of told me that. And I was like, "Okay, like I guess." And she was like, "Why? Like do you not like you're not interested?" And I was like, I feel like it's not for me." Which at the time I was like I feel like that's like semi-valid because I'm like, I mean, like the target audience is da da da. But I the way my mom is probably like I think of my mom as like a woke wait, baby boomer? Is she a baby boomer? I think so. I don't know when they were born, but I think she's probably a baby boomer.
Baby
Wait,
boomer, she
maybe
would have
not.
had to been born in the 1950s to be a baby
Oh,
boomer.
okay. She was born in 1969, so maybe not. What's after that though? What's between baby boomer and millennials?
I think they are millennials.
My mom is not a fucking millennial.
Hang on.
What? Hold on. Sorry guys, this is more important than everything else.
Uh,
What are what are the generation after baby boom?
Gen X. Oh, Gen X.
Oh, ugh. Wow, she has a boring. Okay, whatever.
What
Well,
happened
my
to?
mom, Gen
Oh,
Xer.
oh, millennia. Damn. Imani, this whole
Oh,
time
this
I'm
is the
like,
start of the new
yeah.
millennia.
I'm like, damn. We're crazy. I'm
Like that's
so.
a sick fucking name.
I'm like,
Fuck,
I'm
my
like, why does
sister's
everybody else
millennial.
have this Gen X, Y, and Z? We're millennials. I'm like, I mean, I'll take it, but like, I'm like,
No, really.
oh,
Baby boomers is
damn.
so sexy though too. Baby boomers are pretty sexy. I haven't met a lot of sexy baby boomers though. A lot of them have pissed me
Probably
off.
because they're old as hell, Imani.
Yeah.
Probably because they're old as
Some
hell. But
I,
hey,
I met one that was kind of cool the other day because I was helping him like register to vote for like this event, and seemed so sweet. And then I watched him click Republican on his party
and you
affiliation.
were
And I
just
was
like,
like,
no.
I just wasn't expecting it. It was like I was genuinely kind of shocked. I was like, you know what? And I know Republican doesn't say honestly nowadays party affiliation. I think a lot of people are like all wishy washy, but it did take me out for a full second. I was like, you know what? I just wasn't expecting that. But hey, fair enough, I guess. Sorry. Anyway, Crazy Rich Asians is for everybody.
Crazy. It's for everybody. It's actually on Netflix right now. I want to watch it.
It should. It's one of those things where it's like and to be fair, not my like favorite movie, but it's a good movie, and like I know why people like it. It's just one of those things where it's like it's for everyone, but it's especially special, I think, for like people like within the Asian diaspora, especially Asian Americans, because there is such a weird dichotomy of like the place in which your ethnicity lies and like your family lies, but your life is like here. It's super interesting, but I had to get at the thought of being like, what's that? The main characters don't look like me or aren't white people, where it's like, well, white stuff's for everybody. I'm like, well, I
Oh,
don't think it's honestly like, but I had to kind of like get myself out of that mindset where I was like, why do I think I can't watch this or I wouldn't enjoy it? That's kind of dumb.
my dad used to say that. He used to always ask me because me and Chase would used to watch like anime, like in the
Sure.
morning before school, and so my dad would be like, "Why is Naruto white?" I'm like, "He's not."
Whoa.
He's like, "Why is Naruto white?" I'm like, "He's not white." He's like, "Why are they all white?" I'm like, "But they're not like that. They're that complexity, but they're Asian."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I don't
You know what I
know."
mean?
He's like,
Their
"Well, why?"
skin
He's
is
like, "Why
white,
aren't they
yeah, but they're
Asian
not
colored?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I
oh my
guess
no, but for
because
real though.
like it's easier to draw in that.
But
I don't
also, what is
know."
Asian color? Like white. So there are Asian people that look their
Yeah,
skin
yeah,
is
that's what I'm
white as
saying.
fuck. Like
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like,
like, I don't know. I guess.
and there's some like remember like Zoro from One Piece. He's a
Yeah,
little dark. He's a little tan, but he's still
yeah,
I think he's still Asian, right?
yeah. Actually, I'm
If
not gonna lie, Money. Talking about speaking of One Piece, in the One Piece live action,
mm-hmm.
what's the villain? What's the shark villain's name?
The Who villain?
Arlong Park. The Arlong. His name's literally Arlong. Arlong.
Hello.
Yo,
Wait, I gotta look him up. Wait.
did you watch the One Piece remake, right? He might have doesn't remember, guys.
Tyra
Arlong.
made me watch. She made me watch like maybe like I think we watched like 2 episodes. It was like one of those things where we were hanging out, and I was like, "All right, if you watch this, and I'll watch a couple episodes of this." So she got me to watch some of One Piece, but I never like kept up with it. I'll be
Oh,
honest. I'm sorry. It was good though. I was pleasantly surprised. You know, I hate adaptations, but it was really good.
it was good. Yeah,
Wait, Arlo, One
Arlong.
Piece.
Arlong.
What a fucked up name.
Nah, he was a brother.
Ew.
He was he
Ew.
was Imani. He
What
was spitting. Imani,
the?
listen. If you ever watch that,
No.
actually,
Fuck.
I guess I'm not talking to Imani right now because she doesn't know. But y'all, Arlong was black. He was spitting some stuff that I'm like, because he was like, we fishmen, we're not gonna be taken down by society anymore.
Whoa.
We're not gonna be suppressed anymore. And I'm like, yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
can
yeah,
I talk
Arlong,
about
hell yeah, dog.
wait, low key, because he's purple, right?
Yeah,
Can we okay, because now I'm thinking of Piccolo for Dragon Ball Z. Anime creators will make a purple, green, yellow person a nigga before they make a normal ass looking black
they
person.
will. Have you
And
seen the black people in One Piece though?
how are
Or
they?
is it
Do they look good,
or is it
or are they like
DBZ? I
they
forget.
look crazy?
There's I see the DBZ or One Piece, but they're like dark black, like this color black, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
are
yeah,
those
yeah.
the
There's a
black
character
people?
in Dragon Ball Z that I don't know if he's supposed to be a real black person or a thing because he looks inhuman. I have never seen a person look like that.
I'm
I
not
love
gonna
his
lie though.
character.
I'm not gonna lie though.
Crazy.
In Naruto, the black people in Naruto, those are like those are some of the like. There's no stare. I mean, besides Killer B, being a rapper. Other than that, like the black people in Naruto look great, Imani. Like they don't have like stereotypical. They don't do like most authors do, where it's like big noses or anything like that.
Hmm.
They're literally just you know
Normal. They look
normal
like oh
people.
my god.
I know it's crazy.
I'd rather look like any other Japanese character, but like dark skin than like them attempting to be like, y'all look like this, right?
That's
With
what y'all
your
look
big
like.
old red lips and
Oh
black
wait,
skin.
no, I'm sorry. Hang on. You gotta have a big ass nose right here.
They're really, oh fuck, yeah,
Oh
we messed
yeah.
this
Let
up.
me put them lips in real quick. Yeah, oh yeah.
It,
Y'all got some big ass lips too. Hang on.
it really, that's
There
why
we
I say
go.
like racism in like certain parts of Asia are just some of it's just funny to me. They be like, because my mom's been to like quite a few like Asian countries. Like she's been to China. I think she went to Taiwan or maybe Thailand. I think maybe both. Um, and it's just like awe, just complete genuine awe of like, whoa, your hair is crazy. And I'm like, okay. It's
Okay.
just like it's the hilarity of like the genuineness so much they're like, nah, y'all look like this, right? This is what you look like. And I'm like, have you ever seen have you ever seen a black person?
You might
They
actually, you know
have
what?
dark skinned black people, but they
Speaking
do
of
not look.
speaking of black people in Asia, let's talk about Itaewon Class.
Oh
Imani,
my god.
let me tell
Let's
you.
talk
Let me
about it.
tell you.
Let's talk about it.
First off, Itaewon Class, the greatest
Let's
K
go.
drama,
We haven't talked about this because I knew Tyra
the
made you watch it, and I
greatest.
was like, I don't know if he liked it.
The greatest. It's
So
goaded.
fucking good.
I will rewatch it. It's so good. I'd rewatch it. It makes me sad. I listen to the music. That shit is heat, Imani. Like
Whoa.
there's not one part that I hated. Like
That's crazy.
it was all good. And honestly,
I'm surprised.
I'm I don't know. Like it's just the whole redemption thing. Like he actually served time for something he didn't do. Well, I guess he did beat his ass, but like he just like served time and comes back and just he's just a good guy and he's
It
not
is
so much a good person
nothing
in
is
real life,
funnier.
but
No, nothing is funnier than going to jail for some shit and being like, I'm gonna make a successful ass fucking restaurant. That'll show him. I'm like, okay.
okay.
That's
And
a
then read
lie.
his book, yeah. But
Totally.
But yeah, no, the whole show was so good. My only gripe was, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, brother, but was the black guy in it. Imani, he was wasted. He was literally like, he literally felt like they put him in there because they were like, hey, we gotta hit, we got trans stuff in here. We got
Right?
we got other stuff in here too. We gotta have a black
We
person.
have to get
We
the
gotta we
black
gotta
person.
check all the boxes. Okay. Black man. What's he gonna do? He is the grandson of that one lady. And then that's it. He might
They
it's
did
like a
very
little
little with it.
it's like a
Yeah.
little plot line. It's a little plot line in like 2 or 3 episodes, and then that's it. And then I'm
That's
like,
like
I,
trans girly had a whole thing. Like
she had a
even
whole
like out
arc.
even outside
Imani,
of
I
like
cried.
it wasn't even just that like oh she's trans. It was like she's
Her
also
being
like
made
getting
fun
better
of,
as a cook. Like
yeah, her
she's
being
like
made fun of at like the cooking plate, like, oh my, when like she was doing the competition, and then her like
yes,
stepping
and ate
back
that
in,
shit
like
up.
stepping back. I'm like it's ask Tyra. When Tyra's watching this, she's gonna know. I was crying. I was like,
Oh my
I've never, viscerally, I've never been the type of person to be like, let's go. Yeah, I was literally crying, bawling my eyes
god.
out, just, yeah. Don't let them judge you, girl, please. Just, yeah. Like, it was so good. But then I
That
started
was.
messing with Tyra. I was like, I mean, did the black guy just not show up to the set today? Like, he's just
He no, literally he's
they're,
like
they're just
half the
like
episode.
they're just like,
He
yeah,
didn't
we had some lines for him, but he didn't show up, so we're just not
he
gonna.
just like he just like worked there. Like I feel like he because again like she had like she was a cook, she was getting better like in her craft. Like he didn't really have a craft, you know? Like that was just
He
kind of
was
like
just black,
he was just he was like and I was like, look how nice we are for letting this
and
black
then
man work at a restaurant. We're so progressive.
and then Joe Yiso being like, "You speak English, right?" Like just pure racism. That's not really acknowledged. Besides her just being like, "Oh, you don't speak English, okay," and that's it. Like, there's kind of really nothing after that. Like she doesn't really
Anyway,
apologize. She's just like, yeah.
stepping stones, I guess. Also, to be fair, she is kind of a bitch. We can talk about it. We can
She
talk
is.
about it.
I didn't.
I was like, I don't
I
expect
kind of
much
sort
from
of
this
didn't
guy.
like her character. Like
I
I
was gonna
did,
say
but I
that
didn't.
that's why I was surprised. I was like, no notes. I was like, I feel like you would have like been you might I would have thought you would have like not liked her that much.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted the guy, the
Don't
chairman,
ever
the chairman's
don't say
son. I wanted a redemption arc for him.
oh.
I wanted it. Imani, I thought he was gonna come back from prison and he was gonna join Park Setawee and he was gonna be like, my dad set me up, and I just want a job here. I just like apologize to him, because like in the first episodes, they talk about, sorry, Park Setawee spoilers. It's one class spoilers, guys, if you didn't know already. But Imani, why you're disgusted by what I'm about to say?
And I was just disgusted by the things you already said. I'm disgusted that it keeps going.
Oh no, because like in the first couple episodes, like the dad made him like kill the chicken, so like and like his character was set up in a way where it shows like he wanted to apologize to Park Setaway and he wanted to make amends and he felt bad for what he did, but his dad forced him down this dark path and everything, and like uh, it was it was it was good stuff, and I was like, when he went to jail, I was like, oh, he's gonna go back to Park Setaway. He's gonna apologize, and he's gonna have like a redemption arc kind of thing. Like he's gonna like help Park Setaway overthrow his dad. I'm like, that's gonna be great. But then that didn't happen, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean,
But
whatever.
that's fair. But I don't think it could have happened that soon. Like I was like, because I think I remember watching it with Tyra. Because I mean, she's the one that got me to watch it, and I remember being like, I don't even know if I hate him. Like I do, but I just like I don't think he's a villain. I just think
He's a
he's like
tragic
really
character.
he is. I'm like, bro, your life is sad. You have a sad fucking life. Like, get help. That's what I wanted from him at the end. I was like, seek therapy. Just you've been dealing with your problems weird as fuck. Seek therapy, bro.
By
But you
the
kind
end,
of needed that like crazy character where it was like they weren't quite working for the villain. They weren't quite they're definitely not working for the hero. They're just sort of like they're fucking shit up and it's like, can I help you?
yeah. By
But I
the
get it.
end, did you feel bad for the chairman at all?
The Sherman?
Like in the very end, like when he was sick and crying and he was like about to die and everything. I didn't feel bad. I just like, you
Fuck
know,
that bitch.
really.
No,
Yeah.
no.
He had pancreatic
The
cancer,
second
Imani.
you said, "Oh, we Neil," I was like, "You can go die." I think
But
actually,
Imani, but isn't it so good and in like a character kind of thing? Like the villain finally feels like he's bested the hero, but in actuality, like the hero cares about so much more now that this little rivalry between them means nothing. I think that's fire.
I loved that. No,
So Park
literally,
said
he's like,
we
"Bro, I gotta like." You think I like it? It was so sad. Like, and oh my god, it was so satisfying to have that scene because at first because like in your head you're like, no, like we've been going this whole series on this like kneel shit, like I want you to kneel and apologize type fuck
mm-hmm.
shit. And it's been like it's been the driving force of like you're not gonna disrespect me, you're not gonna disrespect my dad. I'm not lowering to you for shit. But it is a beautiful moment to see the fact that like his revenge was so his revenge wasn't just like I'm doing this to get back at you. It's like genuine rehabilitation shit where he's like, I want to live a good, fulfilling life. I want to feel successful. I want to be around people that I love. And I'm not like, no, I'm not like now it is literally like before because of all those things and because of like just like because of other shit, it was like I would never kneel for you in any fucking world. But now it's like because I have all these things, I will. Like this is nothing.
Because I just don't have that same rage towards you.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
just
like
don't care about this.
it is really funny seeing how satisfied that old ass man gets of being like, "Ha, I got to kneel," and I'm like, "You don't like? Do you not love anything else in your life?"
Park said we
But
balance
literally,
me.
like
That's literally him.
this
For the
man,
last couple
such a
episodes, that's
good
literally
villain
him.
though.
Just
The way I would have pushed him over, and he probably would have died. Like, Cedric is better than me. I would have been like, nigga, just crazy. Ah,
yeah, I'm Neil,
literally
okay.
crazy. Bah, bah.
But like,
And
yeah, such a good show. And the problem is, Imani, when you watch Fire, you realize that all you see around you now is ashes.
shut the fuck up. I'm a writer.
I'm a writer. No, okay. No,
That's crazy.
but like,
Yeah, but I
I
get it.
watch
I get
other
it.
K dramas and I'm just like, but it's not Itaewon Class.
It on class is very like, and again, because I'm not the biggest K drama lover. I have nothing against the genre, but like watching it's on class because again, Tyra knows how to pick good recommendations. I think
He
it's
does.
on class is like I was
Me
like, oh,
too.
this seems more anime to me, like type arc and stuff like that. Of like it's the friends we made along the way, guys. Like
It
then like
is, but it's not as cheesy.
yeah. Wait, what's not as cheesy? Like the K drama isn't as cheesy as
I'm saying
anime, or is
like
it
I'm
cheesy?
saying yeah, I'm saying like Itaewon Class like is oh it's the friends we made along the way like that is like kind of the lesson in one of the many lessons. But like
No, it's not. It's a complicated like
it's more
you
complicated.
can't predict
It's not like the
it.
cheesy like fairy tale like you know.
I love and even the love interest stuff because hey, we can talk about it. I have a bitter rage deep in my heart for straight things. They are often boring and formulaic and uninteresting to me. Not all the time, but like I should have known I was gay a lot earlier. For just how much rage I felt at like this shit again. But like so I love a straight story and like a love triangle that has some like spiciness to it. I just love that he maybe kind of liked old girl, like the one from the beginning. But to see how quickly it was just hilarious to see how much he did not give a fuck about her as time went on. Like he did, but not in the way that she like I'm sorry, sometimes I like to see girls lose. It's extremely entertaining to me and sometimes they need sometimes it's just as entertaining. I was not mad at it. I was not mad
Yeah,
at it.
I was also in a way, I was kind of like, wait, Joe Yiso, he's 10 years older than her, and I'm like, what are we doing here? But I'm like, you know what? By the end, I was like, you know what?
Let him have it.
This is okay. Not weird, not anything. I mean, maybe when he was drunk and he was passed out on the floor and she kissed him, maybe that was a little weird because
Oh yeah,
if the
no, that was
roles
for
were
sure weird.
reversed, you know,
No, yeah,
we'd be looking at a totally different show. But anyways,
she's legitimately a weirdo. She had to grow on me. I was like, "You're weird, girl," but like, she was weird in a way that I'm like, interesting character. I think that's what it is. Sometimes I don't like romance for romance
she kind
sake.
of reminds me of
Sometimes
Bakugo.
interesting. I see that. I
She
see
kind
that
of reminds me
compared
of Bakugo, but Bakugo is likable. I don't care what people say. Bakugo is my favorite character in My
from the
Hero.
beginning, or you mean as he is now? Because I'm sure those are
The
different
whole
things.
way. The more we learn about Bakugo, the more I like Bakugo. Even
You
before,
idiot!
I'm
I
sorry.
literally just that's what I hear when I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Bakugo.
Before any of his beautiful character arcs, before any of it, I was still like, yeah, I like Bakugo. I think he's my favorite character. My favorite character was never Deku. I'm sorry. And even it's funny because
You love a rags to riches fucking underdog story. How do you not
I
like
do, but and Deku's a cool character. I don't hate him or anything. I don't say like, oh, he's a crybaby. Like I don't say anything like that. Like Deku's a cool character. He's just not
feel like you
my
wanted to?
favorite. He's just like Bakugo's just a better character. Like they're both good characters, but I just love Bakugo's whole arc. I do.
I can't speak much about My Hero because I'm not like caught up on new
You have
seasons
to.
or
I
anything.
finished the manga, guys. Goated. Still better than JJK.
Whoa. Whoa. I believe it. I believe it. I'm one chapter away from finishing Jujutsu Kaisen. And I think I just don't want to finish it because I don't want to have the feeling of like, so that's it, huh?
So so
So we
that's
did
it.
that. Nice.
That's all you got. Okay.
Cool,
Okay.
cool. I am maybe actually low key. I should because I think something might happen in the last few chapters, but that's neither here nor there. But
Now,
in terms of my hero,
oh,
oh,
no, I was gonna change the subject. You go.
oh, in terms of my hero, I think my favorite character to date has been Lemillion.
Mm,
I love. I just. I think it's the fact of like, because sometimes I feel like anime with like these, especially like with shonen, they're like the main character. I think it's like the thing where it's like the main character has to be the only one with the potential to become the most powerful person in this universe. Otherwise, it otherwise if there is anyone else like that, they have to defeat them.
but that's
Like they
why,
have to come in as a villain.
just to add on to what you're saying though, like that's why I like the title, My Hero Academia. It's not like Naruto. Like the show's not called Deku. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
called Midoriya. Like where we know, okay, Naruto has to make it because he's the main character. Like he can't die
It's
or
not called
anything.
One Punch
It's
Man.
not called one. You
It's
know what I'm
not
saying?
called Mob Psycho. I do love Mob
My
Psycho.
like when you're watching a new character in My Hero Academia, when you're telling their backstory and you're like, this is how I became a hero. Like they can
Yeah.
literally say this is My Hero Academia. Like it's great stuff. It's a great title. It's well
You're
rounded.
right. I didn't think about it like that. Absolutely, and I think it gives to my point. Like the thing that they and like I think they have always sort of had that mindset where it's uh like Deku's on this mission, trying to become a hero, and that's the whole thing. It's not necessarily I don't know if he because even I think his whole thing, he's not even really like I'm trying to become the best hero, is he? He's just like I want to be a hero.
He
And
wants
I'm
to
like,
be a hero, but he also, when he does become a hero, he wants to be a person that saves people. Because,
literally, like simple
like,
shit.
I don't know, like Deku's a great character. He really is. Like he doesn't want to be the number one hero because of the same reasons like maybe Naruto wants to be Hokage.
Yeah, it's not like a competitive sort of thing. Like, he's not
Actually
working
no.
against.
Let me rephrase that because Naruto's journey of becoming Hokage, like he would
How can we make so
like
good?
first it was the same thing kind of
Believe it.
with
Sorry.
Deku maybe though, because it was like at first it was a selfish thing, like I want to be Hokage because I want to be Hokage. I want to prove to people that I can do it. That was why, right? And Deku's
Hmm.
the same way. I want to be the world's greatest hero because I want to prove to people that I can do it, you know? But I like that over the course of these shows, that changes. The goal changes. Like I don't want to be the number one hero. I want to be the greatest hero. I want to be a hero who saves people, who stays true to their promises. I want to be a Hokage who helps people, who saves people, who looks out for others. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Good shit.
No,
Good stuff.
I know, I think that's so valid. Like I like that arc that people go on. I think for me, like connecting it back, the reason I think Lemillion is my favorite My Hero character, at least like so far. I mean, again, I haven't watched like recent seasons, but like I think his arc and the arc with like the girl, can't remember what the fuck was going on. Is some
Eerie.
girl,
Eerie was
yeah,
getting taken apart and put back together. Honestly,
yes, nothing crazier.
season four, that whole Chisaki arc, that's where My Hero Academia goes, yo, we're not a kid show anymore. We're dark. Let's go.
They went crazy with that shit. I was
And
like,
he wanted to go darker, and they were like, hey, no, you're a shonen. You can't, like, this is towards kids.
hey, relax.
You can't go too much. Okay. I was like, okay.
Fair enough, but they ate
I
that shit
think
up.
since he's done with My Hero now, he should write some horror manga. I'm just saying, like, he
I
does really well.
honestly, I'm like very curious about. Okay, wait, hold on, wait. I'm gonna come back to that. But the reason I love Lemillion so much is that he's like a friendly, like it's not a competition, even though like his existence, it just was so palpable when he came in. Because like again, the whole idea is like in this show, it's like yeah, Deku's like the main character, and like Deku's willing to do shit other like heroes aren't, and he inspires people and stuff like that. And then you put in a character that is exactly like that, if not like a few like years ahead of Deku in terms of like training and stuff. And it was just fascinating to see this character like because on the like outside of the show I'm thinking like can they do this? Like can they have a character that like could literally for any other reason be the main character? Like is was on the same like journey that Deku was on, like has all the qualities of a main character type person. And I like the fact that they found a way to make that work where there it wasn't like even a competitive thing between the two of them. They had their skills, they were like there to support each other. And like even though they both had the main character quality, their arcs were different. The ways that they when it like their journeys were still different enough where like they could coexist in that universe. Like I don't know why I love that so much. I like it wasn't anything like incredibly like crazy, but I think it's the fact that it like that they were able to do that, and like make it so like it made it so much more mundane and powerful. I think the fact that like we were following Deku, like I didn't feel like I was being lied to in the story of being like, okay, you're making it seem like he has the potential to be the best, and like, like you're making it so like we're only looking at him, he's the only main character. Like I think the confidence you have to have as a writer and like in this series to have a character that could for basically for any reason be the main character. There's nothing really stopping that arc and still have the dedication to like stick with Deku. For some reason I appreciated that because I felt like it was honest in a way of being like, we're not like above board, above like the universe that we're making. We're not pulling any strings as writers to like make it seem so he like force you to put your attention on him. Like you could follow a million, but like you're still here and we're still following his
Mhm.
character. And I don't know, I really appreciated the like humanity of that where it's like this is a real world where there are potential like main characters and villains and whatnot that exist. And that doesn't take away from the fact that we're telling this story. I don't know. I fucking love his character.
I, a part of me wishes that you knew what happened towards the end, because
Whoa.
um I wanted to talk about how My Hero Academia literally like deconstructs its power system. Focusing on Lemillion. Is it a?
Mm.
Do you want the spoiler? It's not a big spoiler.
Yeah, tell me. Because I watched so many spoiler in general, guys, for if you haven't seen My Hero Academia.
Yeah, spoiler.
But like, yeah.
Lemillion gets his quirk back.
Does he?
He gets
Oh,
his
I
quirk
love
back. So Eerie learns to use her power, and Lemillion gets his quirk back. So,
oh, shit,
but
nice.
the thing is, Imani, like what you were talking about, like Lemillion, it talks about how he has this amazing power, that and during that arc, the Chisaki arc, you it almost seems like Lemillion can do anything. Like he's just invincible, and you're just like, wow, like how could anybody beat someone who literally can't, be touched? And Imani, when I tell you that My Hero does a great, I don't think My Hero has the greatest. I can't even say My Hero really has a power system because there's all these
Yeah, you.
different quirks. Like
Yeah,
it's weird, but
Arthur.
but in this way, I just want to say like by the final arc, Lemillion's quirk and everything he is broken down in such a way that when you were looking at season 4, you're like, oh man, he's powerful. Like no one can beat this guy. And in the final arc, you're like, oh my god, Lemillion is totally useless. Like, and not in a bad way, but like, it's just like all he can do is not get touched and punch people. That's it. And when you're going up against the big bads, Lemillion, like, there's parts in the final arc where Lemillion's like, oh my god, I can't do anything. Like, I can't distract, I can't do anything because the main bad guy is literally just ignoring me.
Yeah.
It's just great stuff. It really is. Like I remember watching it and I'm just like, wow, like they really, like the writer, he like this man. I want to see another manga from him, Imani. Like if ever there was a coming together story, Imani, I love coming together stories, and My Hero Academia, there's so many coming together parts, but my god, My Hero is like the best superhero manga. Honestly, like it's the best superhero show. Like I can't think of anything. I really can't. Like it's just so good. It has so many characters and everything you could ever think about comes back. And the fact that one man wrote this, Imani. Maybe he had some editors giving him some tips. But other than that, this one man had this one idea with all these different characters and abilities. And oh my god, it just makes me go, how do you even keep all of that in your head?
Illness. Mental illness, I'm sure helps.
Yeah, true, true,
All writers are probably a little ill. No, all world builders I think are a little ill. You have to be, just a little bit.
true.
But the illness works.
It does.
The quirk. I bet one day he was like, someone was like, "Wow, man, you just remember so many things. Like you just have so many ideas in your head." And he's like, "What can I say? It's a quirk."
The
Wait,
first quirk? What? No,
quirk.
but you know what's so cool? What's so cool about the quirk system though? He can have his fans make quirks as well and then implement them into his story. It's like quirks are literally like there's no set like power system for a quirk, but
Mm.
he actually did add some fan in the Shie Saikai arc, the season 4. There's a character, Night Eye's sidekick, the one that can
Uh-huh.
make bubbles. That was a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was a fan quirk. Someone made that and
I
he put that in
love
there.
that.
You know?
I love shit like that. Like where it's like you can just take, like it's a community almost like on like give me ideas. I want you. But it reminds me of like the Spider-Verse. Like
Yeah.
cuz there were like some like fan submitted ones where people were like, "Oh my god, that's like featured in like the big scene, especially in like the second movie where
The Lego
everyone's like,
scene made by a kid that used to make Lego trailers. You know that?
"Yes,
I'm like,
literally."
that whole Lego scene was made by that kid. I mean,
And
what like a 10-year-old kid. Imani, what are we doing? What are we doing? I see
I feel so
I
fucking
see
useless.
I see stuff like that and I'm just like, what am I doing?
They keep getting younger and
going to
younger.
my
I know.
restaurant job.
No, literally. Oh my god. It was 5 minutes, okay. But oh, but you know what? That reminds me, like like after I keep wanting to say the Amazing Spider-Man. That's not what it's called. What what's it? Is it just called the Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse, across the Spider-Verse.
Across
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse. I was like, can't
Into the
remember.
Spider-Verse and then across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. Thank you. Like after Across the Spider-Verse, I think like there was a big thing about like everyone like talking about like their spider sona. Which for one was fucking sick. People like artists were just like designing like hyper specific like spider suits. and like powers that they had. And I was like, fuck, I need to think about this. I haven't thought about it, but I really want to know, like, you're Spider-Man. What's your spider persona? What's the colors? What's the fit?
Mm,
What's the unique sort of like quirk power? Like, what's your vibe, bro? I'm so curious. I haven't figured mine out yet either.
um, the color. I like what's just the colors, or
Both.
what?
Anything you want to spice it up with. Because there are people that are like, they have like unique like spider, like their design is just like unique, because like all the ones are a little unique. But also like some people have like unique like shit that they do, as like Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Spider-Person.
I think the color red just looks good on me. I think that's one of my best colors, to be honest.
Mm.
So in all honesty, like I'd probably just have a different color scheme, or not different color scheme, but a different look of the red and black suit.
But what about the blue? Are we doing blue or are we not doing blue? Because sometimes
Mm,
there's blue, sometimes there's blue.
I do like the color blue, but I don't
Yeah.
know if the color blue looks good on me.
I
I
think probably.
I think red
Were
and
you not in a Spider-Man? Didn't you?
I did.
I thought you did Spider-Man last Halloween. Am I
Cyrus,
crazy?
Cyrus, it's right there. There you
Cyrus
go.
what?
No, Cyrus, he put it right there.
Oh,
Yeah, the cosplay. Yeah,
the
he put the cosplay
I'm
right
hang
there.
on, hang on,
Wow,
hang on.
whoa, it's right here. That's so
Whoa.
crazy. See it right there, you money?
Yeah, I think it's floating around me. I think it's doing like whippets.
Okay, like he's just gonna make Cyrus work harder.
This one is gonna come out in a month, guys. Cyrus is working so hard.
Actually,
Anyway.
I'm done with my classes next week. Cutting this part out. I'm done with my classes next week. So I actually was thinking about just uploading all of the ones we've done so far.
Oh.
Because I don't want to be so backed up. Because I don't want to be like we were talking about Arcane. I don't want to be talking about Arcane trailer
Like the trailers when it comes out,
like
yeah.
when it comes out, you know. So I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
and I think that'd be good in a way that we could have 10 episodes that are kind of, or I don't think we're
Just
at,
out in the ether.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
I
go
don't I
from
think that's
there,
fine.
kind of thing. Yeah,
I think it's cool. Yeah.
yeah. I
I was like
also,
speaking. Yeah.
also, I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking
What's
that
up?
I can make you a manager of a shared YouTube account, and
I
I
think that
was
makes
and I was thinking of uploading.
sense.
I was thinking of doing a solo series of my own, where maybe I talk about books or where I talk about games and stuff like that. I was
Yeah.
thinking that maybe you could do something like that too. I mean, it wouldn't even need it. Like you just record the video and upload it to YouTube, like or to
No,
the YouTube channel.
absolutely.
Like I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
No, I think we should have a shared one. I always can I and okay, this is the last sincere thing and then we can get back to it. I never like I think in terms of like pacing and commitment, I think like I hope you don't feel bad like if I'm not like as, active and like doing as much as you are related to like this stuff. Like I want to do the podcast with you, and I'm like, there might honestly, there's a good chance there's other shit that I'd want to do. There's shit we want to talk about, but like in terms of like commitment, I hope you don't feel bad if you like outpace me in terms of doing stuff because I
yeah.
want you to like do stuff. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
it's just like I just feel like I want to talk about games, and but like I know like, and I can explain games to you, but at the same time, it's like I
It's a
also
different vibe.
I also like to just rant to myself sometimes though, and like yeah, I don't know. I don't know how
No,
entertaining that is for me to just be ranting about games and then you just like, yeah, yeah.
no, I legitimately completely get it. There's definitely like other stuff. And I'd say K-pop, but I'm like, K-pop isn't even really a big thing
But
that's
it'd be
like
like if you were,
something on me. But like there's like show stuff where I'm like, you're
yeah,
not gonna watch the show, but I'm like, oh, but like there's so much to it and da, 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 da. Like they're just those things. But like it's okay. I feel like that's
yeah,
perfectly fine.
yeah.
And we talk about a lot of shit together as well.
That's
Like
true.
there's plenty of we're yappers.
We are certified yappers.
Certified yappers.
Um,
We might need to rename. Sorry, we can start recording again though. Like, I feel like we might need to rename. This is gonna be the Aceline certified yappers, or at least the description is just like just two certified yappers yapping. You know,
Wait, certified
that
yappers is actually kind of fire. I'm not even gonna lie.
Simply Average is really fucking fire.
Like, or is it too late to change the name of the podcast?
We've been saying
Nah,
Cyrus
nah,
edits out Aceline. Hey guys, welcome to the Yappers podcast.
it's just a bot saying certified yappers
Yappers
podcast. Welcome,
podcast.
guys. Now, maybe maybe we can just call this show the certified yapper. I don't know.
Oh, and the
I,
channel's called it. Ooh,
like the Aceline podcast and overview. This is the Aceline podcast, but this is
maybe the
certified.
channel is just Certified Yappers under like everything else we do. Like, especially we do different videos. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, the channel's Certified Yappers. But this is the Aceline podcast.
Mm, I don't
Or
know.
reverse.
It's something to think about. But
Mhm.
Imani,
Yeah, of
I have another announcement.
course you do.
Love is Blind came out,
Have you been watching Love is
a
Blind?
new season,
Have you been locked in? I've only been locked in.
religiously.
Whoa.
Religiously. Now,
I need
let
to
me tell
start
you this.
watching it again.
Let me tell you this. Here's my thing. I also want to rant about Bachelorette too, but I guess we'll get to that in a second. Um, Love is Blind, and I'm sorry to anyone who went on the show who's watching right now. I don't understand why that would be the show you would go on. I don't. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
yo.
I know I know that, like, but love is not blind, guys. Let's be for real here. Let's be for real.
So you're calling them ugly.
I'm
Wow.
just saying there's some part of attractiveness to every relationship. I'm sorry. I see this every time, Imani. Like, there's some season, every season there's a person that's like, yeah, I don't care what you look like, and then the door opens and they're like, wow, it's so great to see you. And then, like, in the
It's
interview,
2 episodes later, they're like, I'm not attracted to
yeah,
them at all.
in the interview, they're like, yeah, I just thought he'd be a little taller.
Taller?
I just didn't expect white. I don't know. Like, he's just not
Like
really for
the
me.
beard is weird, right? The beard is weird. He
The
shouldn't
beard
have
is,
a
yeah,
beard.
he
I
shouldn't
just
have,
feel like
yeah, I don't know. This just wasn't for me. Like, but it's good. Now, again, the people that went on the show are gonna hate me again, because I'm also gonna say they're a little delusional. Because
whoa.
it,
What, getting married within a month after meeting someone is delusional? Stop.
no, them saying like "I love you" after 3 days of talking to each other through a wall. I'm like, oh, okay, bro. I remember me and Tyra were watching Love Is Blind, and me and Tyra just looking at each other like,
Okay, to be fair though, how I feel like when did you say I love you to Tyra?
mm,
It wasn't too long, but
it
it
was a
was like
month.
I was like, all right.
It was a month.
A month?
Yeah, it was a
I'm
month.
just saying you can't be talking too much shit.
It was a
Some
month.
people wait a long ass time before they say that.
But
You waited 60 days. I'm just saying.
hey, what can I say?
It's more than 7, but only by 53 days.
Hey, what can I? Hey, but we didn't get married.
That's
I'm
fair.
just saying, you know.
That's fair.
So, uh,
No, they be going. I I remember I've only watched 2 seasons. No, I've watched 2.5 seasons because my sister also loves that show. And we were watching it together. But the second season, I was just like, okay, love isn't real. Literally, did you watch the reunion for the second season?
I don't
It
know.
was just
I don't know
like
if I remember that one, but you can remind me
it
of
was
it.
the
I'll
one
probably remember.
with Dipti, like the Indian
Oh,
couple.
Deepti. Oh, the Indian guy that was like
Like he like
really.
didn't
He was like
find her
he was like
attractive
really dogging her
originally.
out. Like, yeah, just
Yeah.
she's an ugly ass bitch. Like, what? Am I
Yeah,
supposed to
well,
like her for
I is
that? Like,
mad at me for saying that. It was so but, like, they did like, "Where are they now?" Like, a year later, and they ended it with this hopeful music of, like, "They're gonna be okay," and the last remaining, like, 2 couples that actually made it, both both legitimately just, like the ending card over, like, hopeful music, they were like, "They broke up in January of this year. They're no longer talking," and I'm like, so not a single couple from this season made it. Okay. Sounds like a
yeah,
really
I do
healthy, good
remember
show.
season 2 was pretty crazy. I do remember that. Yeah,
Jalen, you have to tell me, do any couples make it in the seasons after? Like
they
just
do,
one.
they
In this
do,
one.
they do.
Wow. That's a step up.
and many actually, multiple in some seasons. Yeah.
Wow.
Imani, let me tell you. All right, guys. Let me just. I am a reality dating show connoisseur. I have watched every dating show. I think
The Bachelor? You watched The Bachelor?
I watched The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. I watched Love Is Blind, UK, France, Japan, US. I've watched Love Island, South Africa, UK, US, Australia, whatever else. I've watched
Wow.
all of them. I watched Love at First Sight. What's is that Love at First Sight is the married one? I watched even the ass ones like Fuckboy Island and
Uh, we watched what was the one we watched together? It was the gay season
oh,
of it.
Ultimatum. I think
The
Ultimatum is great.
ultimatum.
I watched the queer ultimatum, the straight ultimatum, the season 2 ultimatum. I watched all of it. I watched Bachelor with my mom every season. But The
Whoa.
Bachelor is whack, Imani, and they need to change something. Here's the thing with The Bachelor. Okay, it's the same thing every season. It doesn't matter. Bachelor, Bachelorette, the same thing, Imani. It's the first night, everybody's introducing themselves. Some people say something crazy, other people say something crazy. Half of them go home. And then in the next episode, it's a group date or a one-on-one. Over time, over the course of a few episodes, one person's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I haven't gotten my one-on-one yet. She must not love me or something." Like and then the Bachelor or Bachelorette is like, "Yeah, I just don't know if I'm like worthy of love or like I just like." And then the previews are always like, it's the most shocking Bachelorette finale in history. And I'm just like, me and my mom literally joke about how they have to change the wording every season. It's the most shocking. Nope, you said that last season. Oh, it's the most exhilarating. It's the most.
This
No,
first
you
com.
said that a few seasons ago. It's the most spontaneous. Nah, that doesn't work. We'll come back to that. We'll record that later. It
They just
is.
changed the order of the words. It's the spontaneous most that
It's
you've
the
ever seen.
spontaneous mostest. It's the Bachelorette. You've seen this. You know what's gonna happen. And it's just like, and then one person has like just every time just a sad ass backstory. Like almost every single Bachelor or Bachelorette, Imani, every season, there's one person that's just like, yeah, my entire family just died in a fire, and I crawled out.
And you came on this show?
I crawled out of the woodworks, and I lived my life in a shed for most of my life, and I just don't really know like if I'm worthy of love because like everything I love was taken from me. And so I just don't know like where I really fit in the category of it all. So, it's
I feel
crazy.
so bad when they
And then
don't pick that
and then
person.
and then the bachelor's like, "Oh, hey Jeremy, I'm sorry. You did not get a rose tonight." Oh, also, I love this thing. I make fun of this every single time because you know how they like give out roses and everything.
Yeah.
Every time there's one rose left, Jesse Palmer, the host, will come up and be like, "Boys, girls, found a rose tonight." That's it. That's all he says.
That's all they do.
And so even before I actually started watching it with my mom, I used to joke around and be like, "Guys, just in case you guys can't count, this is the final rose. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all." Like,
Just in case you guys are we have any blind contestants here, there is a single rose
there
in
was
their
there was
hand.
uno rose left, guys.
Uno.
All
If for
right.
our non-English speakers, there is uno each rose, hana rose in this hand. Thank you.
Honestly, honestly, if Jesse Palmer walked up and said there's only one rose left in Spanish, I'd be like, "Okay, Jesse, I see you. Okay, just changing up a bit. Okay." But
Each
Imani,
time he does it in a different language.
he did,
I'm like, what the fuck?
they're like, "What? What did he just say?" I think we all know what he just said. But It's the same show every season, Imani. There's a villain. There's one person that everybody hates that somehow stays on, and there has to be. I swear the producers tell, like, especially when the Bachelorette is like white or something. I swear the producers tell them that they can't get rid of all the black people because Imani, it's so obvious that they won't date a black person, but the producers just say, hey, if you send every black person home on the first day, you're
We're
gonna
gonna
get
have a problem.
you're gonna get called a racist. You have to here's the thing. Okay, how about but I don't like it. Okay, listen. How about you keep Mario? Okay, and how about
No, not Mario.
DeAndre over here? How about you keep both of them? Okay, it's okay, fine. And then next rows they have to get rid of another. No. Hang on, you can't get rid of both of them. You have to have at least one when you do the hideaways. Okay, just one. Okay. All right. Now you can send them up. Okay. Like it's just so obvious that they don't like them, and so but like they'll tell you they're like, no, I really liked Charity. Like I really did like her. Like she was one of the.
LOL.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
Charity, I really like your really curly, coily black hair.
So your hair,
Um,
like it stays that way, or like
yeah.
do you
That's really cool. So you will not be getting a rose tonight, unfortunately.
like
That's
it's
that's
just
so that's it's literally like you could make an entire episode like a whole like hour-long episode about the ways in which the nuanced ways in which like reality TV handles their black cast when like it's a white person making the main decisions of like what's the production room like of like, all right, legally we should probably have at least 3 black contestants. However, we all know they will not last throughout the whole season, but we have to at least have them in for a while. Because
yeah.
Love Island, like you don't really have, like they're just like, oh cool, we just have to have a black female, black male, and then
That's
they'll
how it was
inevitably couple
in
up.
that's how it
That's
was in like earlier seasons. Now they're getting a little more, you know, like
I feel like they're
open
trying
about.
to push like racial relations on these people, and it's like because the latest season for
There were like
UK,
three black people, wasn't it? No,
yeah,
actually there was
like,
one black. That was the one where it had like maybe it was two.
I
I know the
think
US
they
version had like three
Oh
or
yeah, the
something.
US I'm sure is way. I remember like a few maybe the last season, a few seasons ago. I didn't fully watch the US version. Remember they had a bald black woman, and I was like, now why
That's
would they
bold.
send her? Like I was like, y'all
Oh,
know what this is.
I've even watched Pop the Balloon, Imani.
Hot balloon?
Pop the
What?
Balloon, like on YouTube.
Oh my god. I was gonna recommend that to you because I was literally like, this is the craziest thing I've ever
It's
seen in my
great.
fucking life.
I've even watched that, Imani. And let me tell you this.
That
Let,
shit is the fucking fun.
let's go
Leave
on a
it to
rant
black
about this,
people.
Imani.
I'm sorry. Leave it to black people.
No, okay, but here's the thing, Imani. My thing about the show is that the host, Arlette, is like lives for the drama. This is literally her. This is literally her. She'd be like, okay, like say give your name and everything. Mario. Okay, Mario. And why did you pop your balloon? Uh yeah, she's like wasn't fit my vibe. Okay, and like what about her wasn't fitting
Yeah,
your
what
vibe?
specifically
What
feature they did not like?
I just wasn't okay. And like, what about her? Like, were you not attracted? Damn, her toes are crusty. Is that what you want to
Oh,
hear? Her toes are
wow.
crusty. Her hair is messed up in every which way possible. And I hate her outfit. God, I hate her outfit. And I just don't date black women. Okay, okay. It's like
The calmness
yeah,
to which she's
and then
right. And now what do you think about that?
she's like, and then this is her face. Yeah,
Yeah.
this will definitely go on TikTok. Okay, and now what were you gonna say? Well, you're a bitch ass nigga, and I bet you've never gotten a single bitch in your life. Like, okay, let's calm down. Like she literally starts the drama. She's like, okay, hang on. All right, let's go to our next contestant. And why did you
It
pop your balloon?
It's crazy though, because the show is set up for feelings to get hurt.
It
There's
is.
no, it's not efficient at all.
It's not.
It's the most the sound in the background. I can't get over it. The sound in the background of someone says one wrong thing, you just hear pop 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 pop. Everyone's
a guy literally walks out, pop, 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 and you're just like, what's your name? Pop, pop, my name's Jared. Pop, 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 pop.
he's like
And it's just
introducing
like,
himself.
and then Arla's just like, okay, all right,
So we
well
have a couple balloons
so
here.
we have a couple balloons pop. Let's go ahead and see like why they're all popped. Just let's go ahead and see why some of them pop. Okay. Yeah. My name's I can't think of a. My name's Melanie. I'm like,
Bro, you better pick a black fucking name right the fuck now. That's fucked up.
hang on. Cyrus, cut this out, please.
Tawana. Tawana. I've heard of
You
a
know what's
Tawana.
crazy? The first you got to know, like Imani, I must have loved the women in my life because the first three women that came to my mind was Melanie, Tyra, Imani. I was like, at first I was like, no. I was like, oh, I Tyra, no. Okay.
Fair enough.
So, but
yeah, hey my guy, hey, my name is Imani. I just didn't like it wasn't his name, it was the way that he said it. It sounded he said it in a way that makes me feel like I can't trust him as a man. So that was why I popped my balloon.
I know. Oh yeah, and they'll say something like, um, I don't know. They'll say something like, basically, women will make an assumption, right? They'll say something like, "Oh yeah, I don't like this thing," and the woman will be like, "Pop," and then they'll go to that woman and be like, "And why did you pop?" Is it, yeah, I just, you said that one thing. You said that you didn't like big women, and so like I just no, I didn't say I don't like big women. I said I don't like something. You know what I'm saying? And then he's just like, and then oh, well, I'm still gonna keep my balloon pop. It's just not for me. It's just, whatever. Hang on,
But
my mom's
there
calling me
are
real quick. Hang
times.
on.
Oh,
Hey, what's up, mom? Doing a podcast.
I said hi.
All right. Gotta tell someone to get the food.
Damn.
And that someone's gonna be me. think of Pop the Balloon, Imani. Go ahead,
Well,
go ahead and
guys,
give your own self brand.
Silver guys, follow my videos. I will be watching the full first and second season of Interview with the Vampire. I will not be editing the video because I do not know how to edit videos. Thank you. And we'll just vibe. We'll just rewatch it and we'll vibe. I might actually do that. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I again, we're just two certified yappers. I hate that he left me alone again. I cannot carry a conversation myself. But you know what? And I will say, and I'll say it again when he fucking comes back. Because you know what? Some of the men on Pop the Balloon, they ain't shit though. And I'll be so real with you. I'll be so fucking real with you. Because they'll say something like non-discriminate, and maybe some of them will make a like assumption, and they'll be like, "Yeah, well, I kind of thought you were fucking ugly anyway, and your hair is stupid." And it's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! We didn't have to escalate the situation like this. That's crazy. Like, hello? What why are we coming with violence? Why are we coming with I feel like these people heard the balloon pop and felt like that was a gunshot. And now their endorphins are all up. The adrenaline is running like they feel like they need to emotionally protect themselves. Why did they think this would be a good show? Why did they think the loud ass sound of a balloon popping, which like can trigger like actual shit for people? Like the what a violent sound that is. Why do you think that's a good way? You're gonna follow that up with being like, all right, let's calmly go over here and talk about why you decided to explode this mass of air after the sight or the sound of this person. Let's talk about it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Damn. Well, this is awkward. Cyrus, don't tell Jalen, but I dyed my hair. I don't bleach it because I just think it'd be too hard to maintain. So I go with like dark colors, and I did like a midnight blue that I found, like for black hair especially. And what I've found is that it's really just turned my hair like black. Uh, my hair usually isn't this dark, and I find that it's really the only thing that it's done is just make my hair look black as fuck. They really took that midnight to heart, is what I'm realizing. That's why it came before the blue. Um, Not bad. I'm embracing change, but it's just like funny. Like I thought my hair was pretty dark, and then I dyed it, and I was like, wow, it could get darker. You know, it's good to know. I guess I'm learning a lot about my. Just wanted to share. Thank God he's back. I literally cannot carry a conversation by myself. Can
Dang, that's crazy. I can't
can you
wait
hear me?
to. I'm sure I can't. I
Whoa.
can't wait to see what it is you talked about. You say yeah,
Just
and
so
no. Okay,
it's
here's the
dark
thing.
outside. It's interesting.
Here's the thing. Like Arlette's Pop the Balloon. I guess that was the first one. I don't know. Arlette's Pop the Balloon is probably the most professional out of all of them. Like out of all the Pop the Balloons that are on YouTube. But Arlette still has some problem. Like the fact that she's is like constantly tossing a mic around. I'm like, Arlette, if you don't get one of them damn clip-on mics on every contestant and just have them talk through that, please. I'm so tired of this. Okay, well, okay.
But it controls it so then people aren't talking over each other. She has some semblance of control, you
I
know? She's
mean,
like, "All
just
right, now
get an
you're
editor
speaking."
that mutes all of the other people and only the one person. And if
Jalen, so you're
someone,
talking about upping
I'm
the
sorry,
budget.
yeah, you're no, you're
Don't
right,
do
you're right. As if she's
that.
not making a good money off of this show. But I
No,
swear,
legitimately.
Imani, there's sometimes I don't know if any good comes out of the show. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Like besides drama, I don't know if any good comes out of this
No,
show.
it's like, do you wanna find out all the ways in which you are a red flag to the opposite gender in which you like? That's the entire show. I've never seen a, like, happy, successful. I think most of them end with all the balloons being popped for the most part. Like,
Or just one of the guys just dogging one of the girls out. It's like, oh,
yeah.
you ain't qualified, girl. You ain't even on my level.
It is I was literally saying when you left, I was like, it's either like it's a lot of it just start with like some of the women being like very presumptive, but then some of the guys are just like, well, I thought you were fucking ugly anyway, so that's
Yeah.
it. I was like, okay, well, like I guess I understand your role in here is unfortunately to get judged. Like, do you not understand why you were put on the show? That they all have balloons for a reason, and you do not, unfortunately, for another reason.
It's also
That's
like
the show.
it's also like so well, one of my biggest problems you'll see like older like when they have older contestants like they don't really pop as soon as the person walks out but younger people they do. And one of the things
Yeah.
that bothers me is when they go up to okay why did you pop and they're like his outfit. I'm like guys he can take off the hat, he can take off the shirt, guys, come on. Are you real? Like, come on. Yeah, you seem nice. Like, you seem perfect, honestly. But them shoes just aren't for me. I can take off the shoes, girl. Come on.
The shoe game is weak, bro.
Like, I just don't understand that. Like, there was one time where I saw a girl and I was like, oh, I'd probably pop in terms of outfit. But hey, I respect it.
Whoa. I'm so curious. What was she wearing? I'm curious now. Also, whatever you're eating is making me so hungry. I like barely have any food.
It's Zaxby's, and they actually seasoned the fries really well.
I want
I mean,
Zaxby's.
I'm not eating anything. I'm starving right now. I'm not eating at all.
Yeah, thank you for your solidarity. Well,
Yeah.
I honestly, if I was weaker and like dumber, I would go out right now to get Popeyes. I did that once on a Sunday at like 10 p.m. Good
Dang, I ain't had
advice,
one of them
everyone.
Popeyes chicken sandwiches in a long time.
Oh, it's pretty good.
They're pretty
Was
good.
it worth going out and driving around at night in New Orleans where people just run red lights whenever the sun goes down? And I had the employees of the Popeyes had to unlock the door to let me in because they keep
Speaking
it locked
of
at night.
speaking of driving, Imani, I have some damn pet peeves. Now, Imani, I'm a calm driver. I am.
You are.
I'm a
You are.
completely calm driver. In fact, one thing that you might see it and think that it's scary, like how calm I am in like situations. Like there was one time where me and Tyra we were going to a restaurant in Charlotte, and there was a van that like looked like he was about to like really like hit us on the side, and he was coming really close, and I just didn't react. I'm just like, oh, I just like backed up a little bit and let him like in front of us because I wasn't gonna like start a whole thing. And Tyra was like, "You were so calm in that moment. I would have freaked out." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know how I didn't freak out." There was one time. Oh, I just spoiled the fact that we live in Charlotte now. Apparently. Anyways, there was one
I wish
time.
I lived in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's true. There was one time where I was going down 74. You know that Western Boulevard where the
Yeah.
airport is.
Yeah.
I was going down there and there was some traffic on the airport. And so there was this one guy that was like sticking out of the lane, like in the turn lane to like U-turn to go in that lane. He was like
Uh,
sitting right there and his nose, his whole, not even just his nose, his whole car is just in my lane. And I didn't notice. And by the time I did, I was like, oh shoot. I was just like, oh shoot. I just swerved over. And it didn't hit me until like 15 minutes later. I was like, damn, I could have died right there. I had a panic attack like
oh
10 like
no!
10 minutes later, Imani. I'm like, oh my god, I could have died. What in the world? What? You're like, it's crazy. But what
I
pisses
think
me
it's
off,
driving crazy.
what pisses me off, Imani, and you know what? To everybody listening to this right now, use your turn signal, please. That shit pisses me off. When I'm sitting
Yeah.
behind a person and I'm like, why are we stopping? Why are we stopping? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, you're turning? Oh, yeah, that would have been really good to know. Or
Exactly.
or
Would
if
have been real great to get a heads up.
or if someone is in this lane and suddenly they're just getting over, oh, okay, yeah, no. I'm glad you put on your turn signal so that I could have known and not potentially hit you in the back and died. But you know, it's all right.
Oh my god, you're like me. You have me road rage. Just sarcastic as fuck, like, oh great, I'm glad we both were aware that you were fucking turning. I'm glad we all communicated that to each other. My dad does that. He does not put on the he doesn't he just sort of like makes sure he's okay to turn lanes, and I'm like, not even really though. Like you're just cutting people off and not letting them know. It's infuriating.
Imani,
I That's the one where they slow down in front of you, and I'm like, "Now I'm assuming you're turning, or you think you're turning, but it'd be great if we had some sort of sense of communication.
man,
If
it's
there was
so
some
crazy. If there was
fucking
some
way for
way
you to
you
let
could
me know."
signal to me that
Right.
you are turning
That
right now,
you're
that'd be
gonna
so
turn.
great. It's unfortunate that
That'd be
we don't
amazing.
have that.
Yeah, the technology is just so far fucking behind.
Like, Imani, there was one time I was on the highway. I was just actually like merging into the highway, and there was I saw a blue car that was like way behind in the other lane. I'm like, I got time. I turn on my turn signal, and I like a good driver, like a good neighbor. Not sponsored though. um,
Selling people insurance.
State Farm. Yeah,
No, just the idea that we'd be sponsored by State Farm is funny as
not
hell.
sponsored though. One day though. Anyways, yeah, like I was merging and I put on my turn signal for like 3 seconds or something, like, to give other people like opportunity to see it, react to it, and everything. Well, this blue car, two white girls, and if I ever find y'all, I'm slapping the hell out of both of y'all. They
Whoa.
were way back here, Imani. I turn on my turn signal, I'm like, I'm good. I come over, this car zooms up beside me, honks their horn like I'm the fucking dumbass. And I'm just like, and then Imani, when they lined up with me, they had the audacity to flip me off. I'm like, oh no, yeah, it's me.
That's crazy.
It's me. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I was in front of you and turned on my turn signal and you zoomed up for no reason, Imani. There was no car here, no car there. Like there was no reason they had to zoom up. I was so
That's
pissed. Like
crazy.
there are very few times where I like get pissed and I'm like, "Oh, ooh, you're good. You're lucky I like my life. You're so lucky I love this life." You're so lucky, because if I didn't, girl,
Oh,
I'd be taking you with me right
I
now.
like that you were like two white women, two white
And
bitches.
the passenger was fat. I'm adding to it. The passenger was fat. If I find y'all, I'ma slap the shit out of both of y'all, because that was crazy. I'm getting pissed right now just thinking about it, Imani.
The
Like,
body shaming was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like,
no, she
yo,
flipped me off. She deserved it.
that's fucking insane.
She deserved it.
That's like a crazy story though. Like that's
So
people.
that's my
People
road
will
rage.
not move. People will not slow down. I think my highway pet peeve the most is people like when you're like it's like two. You're like two, it's like two lanes in front. And there are people that will that are like in the middle lane and will are driving like crazy trying to get around you because you're not driving fast enough, and they'll do some crazy fuck type shit to get around you, speed ahead, and then you'll just watch them cross like three lanes of traffic to get off at the next exit. And I'm like, nigga, you couldn't wait. You're getting off anyway. Why do you need to be getting off at 80 miles a
I
fucking hour?
I think it's always crazy. I'm like, you must be on the way to the hospital or something.
No,
The
literally,
cars that
you
be
have
like,
to be.
the cars that be
You
like,
have.
like switching lanes. I'm like, you must
Where are you
be
going, bro? Where are you going?
like, your girl must have just messaged you and said that she's home alone or something. Like, you
Oh, I
must.
was thinking something way more sweet. I was like, she's like leaving for the airport right now. You didn't tell her that you loved her. You're like, she's got to know. They don't talk about all the car accidents caused from rom-coms of all the men that have raced to the fucking airport driving
And
like crazy.
like,
Insane.
I'm a very calm driver, but there are certain things, and I don't, even when those happen, like when someone doesn't turn their certain things, I just make a joke out of it, because the only thing I can do to stop myself from literally just rolling down my window and be like, hey, you're a dumbass, you know?
I can't actually imagine you being like mean to
And
anyone.
Tyra, Imani, Tyra has had to convince me to use my horn. Like, I don't even honk that many times. And when I do, Imani, actually a couple weeks ago, Imani, let me tell you this. All right, are you ready? This is the story I was gonna tell you. I got rageful. You remember I said that at the end of one of the podcasts? I was like, I got rageful, and I'll tell you next week.
Oh shit, I forgot, but you tell me.
I got rageful, Imani. Let me tell you. I just got out of class, and I was about to get on 277.
Ugh, gross highway.
Gross
Fucking hate that
highway. I
highway.
don't mind the highway, to be honest, but I don't mind
You
it.
should now after this.
I don't mind it. But so there's this lady merging from over here. I didn't see her because I'm not looking. I'm because I'm in this lane. There's the lane to turn into 277, and then there's the lane I'm in, and the lane this white lady's in, old ass white lady. I look like my teacher. I was like, damn, did I just honk at my teacher? Crazy. Anyways,
LOL.
but it wasn't. Thank God. Would have been awkward. um, so I'm trying to merge into this lane. I'm not looking over here. So I'm like looking over here. Apparently she's trying to merge too. So she honks at me. I'm like, what? And then when the white lady, so she merges into the other lane before me, she drives up past me, looks at me, goes, she does this, She goes, I'm like, and I was, the only reason I was looking that way was because I was still trying to merge. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen her. I would have been like, what? What are you honking at? I don't care. Like, I would have just like, I don't do honking like rage like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
do
really
that.
pay attention to it.
I don't really pay attention to it. But the fact that I did see her, Imani,
Like a rat woman? What kind of face was that?
that's, but that, I swear that's what she did. She went, eh. Like, I swear that's what she did. And so, Imani, I got behind her and I kept honking my horn. And we were being with the ramp was like filled right now, so it was slow. And so I was like, I kept honking at her. I'm like, and every time she looked in her rear view, I was like, just like her. And then I would blow her kisses. I was like, eh.
Sheila, this
I'm
sounds
like,
like a fake
oh,
story.
oh. And then Imani, when we got on the highway, I had to calm down. I had to tell myself, Imani, I was like, calm down. It's not that serious, Jen. It's not like Imani. She would try to turn into a lane right here. I would turn into that lane and cut her off. She tried to turn into a lane right here. I would turn into a lane and cut her off. Imani, I was rageful. I was like, I had that car in my vision, Imani. I was like, I know what that car looks like. I know what that old ass white lady looks like. And I'm like, oh. And then Imani, I was like, let me calm down. Let me stop. Let me stop. That was why I had to go back to my therapist and was like, yeah, we gotta talk about my anger a little bit. Like, I I don't know, that one just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. I just Imani,
You,
I had to stop at a coffee shop and read for a couple hours. That's what I did to calm myself down. Like I was so enamored by the fact that she did this, the audacity of her. And
bro.
Tyra said it was like straight out of a movie. She was like a horror movie. Like she honks at a man and the man follows her home. Some horror shit. Like
Did you watch that movie? The
no.
like,
Mm-mm.
there's a real movie where a woman like honks a horn at some like dude that's being an asshole. And he like murders her entire family. It's insane. I was like, bro, that was almost you. That's, that's literally fucking crazy. Are you serious? I've never like I don't think of you when I think of like anger issues. Like that's insane. I've never heard of you like that before.
Um. Hey,
That white lady that white lady rubbed you the wrong way,
she
huh?
did. It
That
was
rap woman.
what pisses me off the most is when a person is so apparently wrong and then yells at somebody else or makes a stupid face at somebody else like they're the idiot. I honestly I was able to suppress it when those two white girls honked at me that one time because I would have done it then too. Probably not, but like I suppressed it then. I was like, it's whatever. I'm about to go get some food. But that white lady, oh, she just got me on the wrong day, Imani. That's with the wrong black man.
Which is crazy because I'm like the way I know the white lady, I'm like, you remember you're African American, correct? The way she would have been like, police, I'm being harassed on the road by an angry black
I would have
man.
called too bad. Hell yeah, she being harassed. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you right now. My name is Jalen Hopper. I drive a Lexus ES 350. Cyrus, you're gonna bleep all this out, right? And
I
my
live at this address.
I live at this address. I'm telling you right now, I'm on her ass. When she parks, I will find her. I will yell at her. That's what's gonna happen. I will beat her ass. Y'all better stop me, but you won't.
Oh my god. That's insane, bro. I've never heard of you like that. I'm surprised you're not you don't like I think of you as a very sarcastic driver like I am. Like when people wrong you, you're like, all right, well, fuck you. You know, like how what a crazy thing that you did.
it,
Something
I,
was that class
it was the
must have
face.
fucked you up that day.
It was the face, man. That was what did it. It was the fact that she did something that was stupid, that was on her, and she looked at me, her old ass, who should know better, looked at me and went, eh. Like that was the face she made, man.
It's so fucking funny. God damn, crazy. Oh my god.
So
Wait,
we're at an
I
hour and 45 minutes, but yeah, that
I have one more. I have a small, uh, not road rage. I don't really get too rageful on the road, but I have
uh-huh.
a small, like, funny road story,
Oh,
and then I think we should call it because I am starving and you're just making me hungrier.
wow.
But I was on the way back from work. It was back when I worked at like the Dollar Tree warehouse,
How
and
am
I
I
was like
making you
already.
hungry?
You're funny, eating your fucking like dino nugget looking ass
What do you
fucking
mean?
chicken. How do you exit out of this? How do you get out of here? Blah! I was on my way back from, like, work, like, intro at some point. This was, like, a couple years ago. I think I was, like, already exhausted by the day. This is when I worked in a warehouse, and, like, every day I was, like, coming home kinda nauseous, like, I just was feeling like whatever, my feet hurt, and, like, I'm driving next to this car, just minding my own business, and, like, there's a like a white, almost kind of van, like it's like a white truck or something that's like driving in the lane next to me. It's just like one of those like long ass big roads in Charlotte. And I'm like, I'm going, and then I just sort of see they're a little bit in front of me, like I'm here, they're like here, and I just see the passenger window wind down slowly, and then a guy's head pops out the window.
Was this recent or
This was a couple years ago,
okay?
not recent. But I just see you wind down the window, and looking back at me, I just see wind, like like braids flying in the wind. Look, and I'm like,
The driver or was
the
it?
passenger.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the passenger, and I'm like, my windows aren't tinted, just staring me down.
Just-
And I'm like, I'm like, does he need something? And like, Jalen, I have to watch the road. There's nowhere else for me to look. It's literally me trying to look straight, and I just keep like looking over. Like he's right there in my fucking peripheral vision. Like at least through like for a mile. I swear to God, for a mile. And I try to like speed up or slow down. They keep matching my pace. So this motherfucker keeps staring at me, head out the fucking window. I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen right now. Eventually he goes, but not a smile, not like trying to talk to me, just I literally it was the most I think I started crying. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is that. It was so upsetting. I
Oh
was
my
like, I don't know
god.
if I'm about to get like killed. I don't know what the fuck is happening. It was so weirdly scary. I don't know what the fuck. Whoever that was, fuck you. Because I know your friend was like dared you to do some weird ass shit. You're a crazy person, and I hate you for that.
Honestly, I I I
You would don't say you would do that.
I would though. I ain't gonna lie. Like if I was a passenger, not like for a dare, but if someone like honked at my mom or something like that, I would do that. I would roll down my window, and be like, "Who the hell you honking at?"
See that because it was terrifying. I feel like if it's like for repercussions, that's fair. But for no fucking reason, that was
Yeah,
some psychopathic shit. I
yeah.
was like, you're about to serve into my lane and kill me. I feel very certain of that. Damn. Yeah. Okay, we have to call it. I'm really hungry.
I have an assignment to turn in real quick.
Whoa. Wait,
Yeah.
like do tonight? Or you mean
No, I mean I have a speech that I have to. I just have to record it. Like I have to say it. I
ooh.
have to record it and then upload it.
I love that. Is your public speaking class online?
No, it's just that I'm in the group that had to send videos because like we don't have enough time in class
Oh,
for
to for
everyone to
everyone
do
to attend?
their for everyone to do their speech in class. So
Damn. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, huh, I feel like
I don't.
it's maybe a little less efficient.
Yeah,
Ah,
I
less
don't know.
public speaking, more just speaking.
Yeah, but
I like you being like, "This is easy for me. I actually have a podcast, so,
now I
and a
will
Twitch
say,
channel, so,
in the last in the informative speech that I did in class, um, my teacher asked me. She was like the whole class in front of the whole class. She was like, "Yeah, do you like have a history of doing this? Like, do you?" I'm like, I'm like, I used to record YouTube videos, but even that,
nice.
Imani, I was like, but not even really. I just kind of, I didn't mean to flex, Imani. I really like, I just like kind of naturally,
Ma'am, I'm a certified yapper, it's what I do. We've been here,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
the thing is, yeah,
no formal
that's kind
training.
of how it is though. Like I'm just kind of naturally good at presenting, mostly because when I start yapping, as long as it's not about myself, I somehow I like internalize it more when it's about myself. But if I'm just yapping about a topic, I'll stand on a stage in front of 50,000 people. Like, I mean,
And you have good setup too. Like, you started this podcast being like, "Everything's too woke now," and, like, the setup was amazing, and I was like, "Did he pre-plan that?" Or was it just like it was like, "This'll be good, this'll be good."
not really. I just didn't want to like, dive right into it, without giving you some kind of prologue.
You're just you're just good at that.
I'm
Like,
just a
I would
writer.
have thought that like, he's been sitting on that shit for a while. Don't.
I'm just a
Where's the
writer.
hang
Yeah, no, look, no, hang on. I'm just a writer.
Don't ever tilt your head like that again. Like, just like,
Just a regular.
relax.
No, go ahead and do it too, Imani. At the same time. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Just
Surrender. You do it. I don't know how to.
damn. You know what? Next
So
episode I should try my best like fuck boy. You think I could be a good fuck boy, Imani? I don't have it in me. I really don't.
sorry, the way you panicked was amazing. You're like,
I don't have
I
it in
don't
me,
have
Imani.
anything.
I don't have it in me.
You hear me?
I don't. Imani,
Oh,
can I tell you something? And this will be the last thing I'll say.
what?
When I well, in a car it's different, but when I actually have to like convince myself when someone is like either attacking someone or attacking me, like arguing with them or something, like I have to convince myself that hey, I'm pissed off about this. I need to stand up for myself. Like because I'm like, I don't want to be the mean guy, but at the same time, yo, get your ass on the line right now. I ain't doing this job by myself. Yo, get your ass over. Like, Imani, when I tell you my heart starts beating, I'm like,
Aw.
it's sheer adrenaline, Imani. I'm just like, because I'm not a mean person, and I try not to be. I'm like, I'm doing all
You're
the
not
work.
confrontational. Not very much.
I'm not confrontational.
Except for when you bullied an old woman on the road, but that's
Except
really
except when it was like 2 a.m. On a Saturday night, and me and Tyra were
2 a.m.
we're at a Waffle House. Yeah, we went for a late night run to Waffle. You know how it be, man. You know how
Yeah, not Waffle House. Next
Imani,
episode, I'm talking about why Waffle House is shit, and y'all should go
Imani.
to Iowa.
This is what I did. And actually Tyra can explain it to you better when she gets into the call. But this is what I did. There was a so we were parked and we had already eaten our food. A bunch of black people had just walked in, but like we were just leaving. So I walk out. One of the a white Mustang is parked like right behind my car, so I can't get out. Imani, when I tell you I walked back in there and I was just tired. There wasn't no like, oh, I gotta have like a big strong man. Imani, when I tell you I walked in there and Tyra made fun of me, Tyra was like, I'm about to get you killed right there. Like when I
No,
walked in
really.
there, I said, now whose white Mustang is that? Can you move it? That was literally what. Hey, whose white Mustang is that?
Whoa.
Can you move it? And the black dude, good. Thank God the black dude was just like, yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, ain't that George? Yeah, it's George. Yeah, I will real quick. Thank God the black dude wasn't just like, hey nigga, hey, what you what? Yeah, that's my white Mustang out there. What?
He's showing you his nipple.
Yeah,
That's what
hey,
it looks like.
hey nigga, hey,
Whoa.
hey,
That's funny.
hey. Hang on. Like, hey nigga, hey, what? Yeah, that's my white Mustang. Yeah, what? I said, oh, can you move it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
That was literally what I
Sorry, I
did.
thought you just liked guns. I thought we were bonding.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to share.
Just like and
That's crazy.
Tyra was like, you could have gotten yourself killed or something or just beaten up. And it wasn't even like I'm a badass in this. So I gotta act tough. Like I was tired, Imani. We just went to like a Ross Lynch concert that was like at the.
That was after the Ross Lynch concert?
It was because I went.
Wow, after watching your woman stare at a shirtless man for an hour. And then the Waffle House.
I had
I'd
to
be
show
tired
off.
too.
I had to show off at the Waffle House. That's what it was. Yeah. No, I was just like, can you move it? All right. Like,
You are, honestly, you are. I think you're the scariest and most intimidating when you're tired, or you're just kind of
really?
like, no, you're in a bad mood.
Can I get an
Yeah.
example? This is
When we went to
this is
that,
news.
when you guys stayed over at my place that one time when I was still in Chapel Hill, and we went to the pool, but then we went to that like I think like Asian fusion place, and I don't think you weren't like I don't know if you I think you might have been tired or just like not. I don't know if you were in a good like headspace, but
Oh
like
yeah.
physically you give off that vibe. Well, just when you're not smiling, but you're just such a smiley person. Like, see, no, you're trying too hard there. When you're just like when you're blank face, it's terrifying because it's like, what is he thinking? You don't really show a lot of like.
I should have been like, hey nigga, whose white Mustang is that? Yo, get that shit out of my way. Yeah.
They would have then they would have showed
then
you
they
their
then they
gun. You're like,
then they
oh,
would have beat my ass. Hey, who is it? Man, get your way.
okay. Oh my god, here.
Uh, at 2
Damn.
a.m. at the Waffle House on Dubba Dubba Street, uh,
Oh yeah.
a
Black violence,
black
black on black
violence. A
crime. Once
23-year-old
again,
black man got beat the. It was crazy. Y'all watch this video. It was so crazy. Like the black guy walks in, he asks a question, tries to act hard in front of his girl, I guess. It's absolutely his ass totally beaten. Like there was just no chance at all. Watch this.
they have like a live interview with Tyra, and it's like, so how is your boyfriend now? He's in the hospital.
He lost most of his teeth when the first punch was thrown. Yeah, that first punch.
mm.
Let's actually watch that first punch back right here. So as
It's
you guys
slow
can
motion.
see,
Actually, can we get that?
as soon as he says Mustang, watch how this man in the orange shirt gets up. Watch. Do you see the connection there? Like just the and then hit.
It seems like he's actually using a jujitsu technique when
Rodney
he follows it
actually
up with a round kick.
Rodney, run that back for me real quick. Well, now watch. Like when do you see how his jaw like literally dislocates in real time? That's some of the craziest stuff I've ever seen. We'll have more on that later. Next, the craziest thing happened just down the street at a bathroom, or at 11.
Not more at 11. We watch the news.
I watch the news sometimes.
You know, God damn
That's
it.
how the news works,
The
right?
fact of news about some shit happening at a Waffle House in Charlotte, I'm like, I'm sure there's been news about that. I'm positive.
I'm glad that white girl with the chair wasn't there. You know
That's
just,
funny.
whose white Mustang is that? It's mine. Oh.
No. It is crazy that a car blocked you in anyway, though. I'd be terrified. I'd be like,
it was like totally packed, and that Waffle House, it actually got burned down. But that Waffle House had no park, and there was a restaurant like right there too. I'm just giving away entire locations. Like our fans are gonna be like, okay, so they were right here at this, so that means they live in this area somewhere.
LOL.
Okay. All right, guys, that is it. We have, well, actually, it's not the 2 hour mark because Cyrus is going to cut some of the parts out where we talked about some other stuff. Other than that, we pretty much hit 2 hours again. At this point,
No,
Imani,
it's funny to be like, I think it's very funny for us at the end of every episode, like after it's been edited down to like an hour, be like, well, that's a 2 hour mark again. And it's like, what the fuck did they cut out? It's like,
what did they cut out?
you'll never know.
You'll
That's in the
never
book.
know. Yeah, maybe I should stop saying that's the 2 hour mark.
I think it's funny though, because it's gonna be one where it's like in like 30 minutes. And it's like, all right, that's the 4 hour mark.
Well,
I
that's the
think
4 hour.
that's
Like, what did they talk
what did they
about?
say? Oh my god.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I'm Jalen.
And I'm Imani, and I will say there's a chance on the next one you might see us in person.
Oh shoot! What, at my place?
Maybe, yeah. Not at my sister's place. She
Hey,
wouldn't.
oh, we're all gonna be sharing one mic or something? I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah, it's real intimate. It's crazy.
We're all just
I
gonna be.
can bring this, right? Wait, I don't know if actually I don't know if I can. I don't know how luggage carry on luggage is.
I maybe, but like, yeah, you can. You can bring it. I'm just
Oh, it's
imagining
just us at two different corners of the room.
you
Just still
will
online.
one by one. We'll just walk up. Yeah, yeah. I just think that. Yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna let Imani say something.
Yeah, I also agree. I think it's funnier to have it like we're both just on our own computer streaming, but it's just us together. That's silly.
I said, yeah, Imani. What do you think? Just turn
Yeah,
around. You're recording
I'm
right
literally
behind
here.
me. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
It's crazy.
All
But yeah.
right.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We will see you in the next episode where we talk about, just certified yapper stuff.
Yeah, well, I realized that there's stuff on the back burner, but a lot of the times it's just like then we just start getting on a topic, and I'm like, this is cohesive enough to be an episode, sure.
I will say this was our best episode in terms of actually like we don't we have a problem sometimes of like just straight up cutting off a conversation and then jumping to something else, but we did a
We
pretty
flowed
good
pretty
job.
well.
We
Yeah,
flowed
we
pretty
had a good flow.
okay, Monty. Come on now,
Let's
we
go.
did that thing. We
You
might
left
not
me
have an
alone too
episode.
long, but that's okay.
We might not have an episode next week, but we will be talking about the Renaissance Festival.
True. We have to show our fits. Cyrus has to pull them up.
Has to. All right.
All right, guys. See you in the next one.
Bye.